Creating the path on terrain.
Alright, we have Autodesk 2016 here, and we have a NURBS plane that we've made into something that looks sort of like mountains. And I want to project a path onto it and trim that out. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a duplicate of this ground. So with the ground selected, either here in the outliner or here in the viewport, you can hit Control D. It creates a second one. And I'm just going to turn the visibility off over here in the channel box. The channel box is located right here. And there's your visibility. So now I'm working with this one in the top viewport. I'm going to draw a CV or EP curve, and probably I guess around here and maybe up this path and around. So I'm going to create. Here's my curve tools. I like the CV curve tool. EP curve is also good. I would avoid the pencil because it creates a lot of points. So here we go. I'm going to start here. You're not going to see it till the fourth click, and I'll put on my wireframe. So I'm going to come around here. And I'm going to click very close to the beginning. Let me pull that up for you. Right there. I don't want it to appear like it's closed because it isn't. So I'm just going to click near the end and hit enter. And that creates that path. So this is my walkway or pathway, driveway, whatever you'd like. It's something to add interest to your landscape. The line is still selected. I'm going to call it path. Pathway, I guess. That would be a better term. And I'm going to go to curves in the menu bar, and I'm going to open and close this. So that's sort of why I left it looking like it was open, so that when I did this you could really tell that it's going to be closed. And there it is. I like to zoom in there because sometimes it creates knots. So you can select one of these and move it. If you do have a knot, sometimes it'll do something weird like that, and you have to unravel that. So back out to object mode. That's the right click. Here's the path. There's my land. Here's our perspective viewport. I'm going to raise that path above the land and straining to the y-axis. So I'm just pulling it at the y-axis. I'm not moving it sideways at all. And in the top viewport, I have the path selected and I have the ground selected. And we are going to project curve on surface. So I'm in the surfaces menu. It's way down there, over halfway down. Project curve on surface. We're going to come back and get this trim tool here. So keep an eye on that. Here's project curve on surface. And it doesn't really look like a whole lot happened, but if you go to the perspective viewport, you can see that that path has been formed to the surface of your terrain. That would take hours to do by hand. So I'm going to go back up to surfaces, get this trim tool, and when I click on the ground, it's going to look funny. Here it is. And I want to keep the path. So a lot of people like to click on the boundary between the two objects, and you really can't do that. You want to click in the middle of the part you want to keep. I have the ground duplicated, so I really want to keep the path. So I can click right here just once inside the object, not on its boundary, and hit enter. And there's my path. So I think I'll rename it Pathway. One, because I named something else Pathway. and I can come to my channel box, select the ground. It's gray because its visibility is off, so select it and type 1 in there, and it's back. Here's the pathway. It is the same color and it is located in the ground, so I'm going to move it up on the y-axis 0.025. So it is floating above there. I'm going to assign it a new material just so you can see it compared to the other land. I'm going to create some cobblestones by putting leather in the color. There's leather. So I like to change these colors. Something a little more gray and something really dark. Let's see. So I just turned on my textures in this viewport. It's this shaded ball. And I can see I should raise the path just a little more. How about 0.1? There it is. Now it's all above the ground and not too much of a obvious change. Let me see. Alright. Yeah, that works too. How about 0.05? That'll be my compromise.